So today we're going to go through a cabinet of dolls. This first fairy doll Holly made with a mold and did the fantastic wings and the outfit. And here's another one that Holly made with a mold. And same, dressing her up with fantastic wings. And then look at this sweet little baby doll. Sitting there, got her little ballerina shoes on. Isn't that adorable? And then we have the sleeping fairy, and she's only got 3 fingers and 3 toes. And then we've got some little girl dolls. Aren't they adorable? And then we have this sleeping lady. And coming up, we've got a lady that's hauling some water. And look at this beautiful doll. All dressed up. What a wonderful outfit. A fantastic couch. Is a Frida fairy doll. And then look at this beautiful, look at how her hair is dressed. And look at that fabulous gown. And moving over, we've got another Southern Belle. She's all dressed up for a masquerade party. And then here we've got some more little girl dolls. And coming back down, we've got this beautiful little baby bassinet with the tiniest little baby in there. And on this, here's the last 2 on this shelf. And I just love this older lady in her gold dress, right down to her gold heels. And here we are on the second shelf. And we've got a mom with a baby on her lap. And this beautiful fairy in a wine goblet. There's just so many wonderful dolls here. And here's a fantastic vacuum that Holly made from Findings. We'll talk about that more in a bit. We've got a lady that's in the bathtub. Bath full of bubbles. A lady in red. She's gorgeous. Look at this one. These outfits are just beautiful. The clothing is fantastic on them. You see this little bird in a cage. It's all done in glass. We've got this lady in her little skimpy outfit, just reclining. And then we've got this beautiful gold baby buggy. It's got the cutest little baby in it. Isn't that adorable? And we've got a little genie doll. And there's another ballerina. Beautiful lady in that fabulous gown. And there's one in a crocheted outfit. And look at this little tiny baby. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love little baby dolls. They are so adorable. This little thing was made from an eggshell, and Holly added jewelry bling to it and made such a beautiful little baby carriage. And do you see that wonderful mannequin doll? I'm just going to bring it forward to show you. But look at the detail. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? And you see this spiral staircase? That was just made out of a fan. If you look down, you can see how she cut parts off of a fan, a wooden fan, and made that fantastic staircase. To treasure bathroom that Holly made. And this doll is from?
Sutherland.
Oh, she's beautiful. Okay, so the bathtub, how did you make that?
That was made from a soap dishwashing bottle that I cut into that shape and then painted gold, put findings on it.
Okay, and then the shower?
Just a straw bent with findings for the shower head.
Okay, and then the top of the toilet tank is?
It's
those condiment? Is that those condiment containers?
Yes, I think, and the toilet lid is jewelry finding also.
Well, yeah, there's the toilet lid. And then the sink looks like a
It's
cap.
right.
So look at how
Findings.
that is. Just all stuff and a few jewelry findings, and it made a wonderful trash to treasure bathroom. So this little vacuum cleaner, you made it with
A empty toothpaste tube and different findings.
so you see the toothpaste tube at the top there, and then she wrapped it with fabric. And then there's a little lid here for the tank. And what did you use? Oh, it looks like a razor blade.
Yes, it's a razor blade for the,
And then jewelry findings,
and yes,
the chain. And I mean, to me, it's a pretty fancy Hoover, but it's a Hoover. Isn't that fantastic? These 3 dolls are by,
Caribou's.
and the costumes are so wonderful. And 3 completely unique dolls, but just done in such exquisite care. Just love this ballerina doll. Their trash to treasure bathroom. And look at the imagination in here. So do you remember what you did for the toilet here?
I know the toilet seat lid is findings. And I have painted a bead necklace, broken necklace, as a design underneath. And the bases are from cake stand holders.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can see that definitely on the sink here. And then it looks like the same, these look almost like those things that come off those containers out of those, where you put a quarter in and get something
Yes.
for the kids.
Yes. Yeah.
And then the jewelry findings, I mean, that is just fantastic. And look at, that's a perfect little trash to treasure toilet and sink. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful work, Holly.
Thank you.
And Holly tells me that this is a Patricia Rose baby. And those are just such beautiful little dolls. I'm going to show a few of her baby doll items. And this was just a Christmas ornament that she got at Michael's. But isn't that the most beautiful little baby stroller? And now here we've got an absolutely gorgeous little baby doll. And look at that wonderful outfit she's got on. And look at how this whole carriage has been dressed. All the little roses. Isn't that beautiful? And this doll is tiny. Like, look how tiny she is. I just want to show you the details on that dress. Just absolutely gorgeous. Now this was a soap dish. And Holly blinged it out. And does that not make the most perfect little bed for this little princess? Oh, I love how she's got the feathers around it. This beautiful little cradle is hand painted. And it is signed on the back, Ada, and her last name, Holly?
Preva.
Preva. And she still sells her stuff, and look at the detail. I love this really beautiful, delicate style. I like all these little embellishments and all the little hand paintings. It certainly makes it a very beautiful, unique piece. So this painted pony and this doll on it, and this lady, this Chinese lady with the water buckets, is by the same maker, and we can't even find her name right now, but we just wanted to show you these 2 wonderful dolls. And then here we have another painted horse, and here's a doll that Holly has made sitting on her, and doesn't she look wonderful? She really looks like she belongs on that horse. And just look at the wonderful headdress she did, and the outfit, a little bit of jewelry findings, and I love those shoes. We're just going over some of the most beautiful ones here on the second shelf, and look at these exquisite outfits. And all of these ones we're showing you right now, there was a little store that used to be at West Edmonton Mall that a club member used to own, and all these dolls were bought from that store. Look at the detail on these dresses. Look at her ruffled pantaloons and her stockings, and the piping on that dress is just gorgeous. And this doll I think is my favorite. Look at how beautiful her hair is dressed. And this outfit, I mean, it is so beautiful. The attention to detail, the little tiny ribbons running through the lace. Just absolutely gorgeous. To show you this other painted pony. So they had a whole series of these, and they're all numbered. This is the very first painted pony that Holly's husband Bonnie bought on her honeymoon. So it's actually made out of porcelain, and it is, look at the painting on it. Look at the color. Isn't that beautiful? And then later on they went to these resin, and they're beautiful too. But I really think that that porcelain one is pretty special. And here is another trash to treasure. Wood burning stove. And it's just boxes and a little wooden platform and jewelry findings. She spray painted majority of it just black. We've got the chimney coming up, and then just put the gold fender around. And we've got these little baby dolls, the one on the little rocking horse, and this little one in a rocking cradle. And they are little music boxes. And look at how sweet her face is. And they're from Bradford Exchange. Aren't those the most adorable little things? And here is a Japanese doll that Holly made and outfitted. And the outfit was made from a pillow, and it had all this embroidery on it, and Holly just managed to cut it and arrange it just perfectly. And then it's got this beautiful fan. You've got the butterfly sitting here. Look at that gorgeous ring. And look at how the hair is done. Isn't that awesome? See the back? And then the little butterfly at the back of the outfit. And then the base is just gold. This next series of dolls were done by a former club member, and her name was Georgee. She has passed away. And each doll was named after someone that had been in the internment camp. So you can see on each of these little labels that they will have a name for each doll, and it was supposed to represent someone. So it was a wonderful tribute to people that had been imprisoned. Aren't they gorgeous? And each one is very, very unique. This lady was a real artisan when it came to dolls. And I know that they're highly collectible. And it's kind of neat that you knew someone who made these wonderful items. Baby dolls that Georgie had made. Aren't they adorable? Absolutely gorgeous. And then in the background you can see there's two beautiful porcelain dolls. So here's a wonderful doll. She's 8 inches tall, and it is Holly's gypsy doll. And this green material coming down was a scarf that Holly had when she was in university. And it had a hole in it, and she couldn't part with it because she loved it, and now she's made it into this doll's outfit. And isn't that a wonderful way to recycle something? And just look at this outfit. I love the fringe on the shawl. Isn't that gorgeous? It's just the eye for all these little tiny things that you add to just make these scenes pop. The jewelry findings, look at that wonderful bracelet on her arm. She's got jewelry. And that necklace is gorgeous. And that's quite the beautiful face on this doll. I just wanted to show you that she's got an ankle bracelet and toe rings as well. And here's another fairy doll that Holly made. She was with a Patricia Rose mold, and she's sitting on this wonderful footed egg. And this outfit, it was jewelry findings that were filigree, so they had openings, and all she did was take those little micro beads and glue them in to make the clothing. Isn't that fantastic? And I know I use fantastic a lot, but I don't know what else to use to explain these things. And look at the jewelry findings on the wings. Look at them coming down her arms. Look at that wonderful butterfly. Aren't those the most beautiful wings? They've got the iridescence and they glow. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful fairy doll that Holly made from a mold. And I just think each one is so different, and I think they're all beautiful. And this skirt here was made from the nylon stockings that Holly wore at her wedding. And what a gorgeous way to reuse something. And she's got this one just sitting in a or salt and pepper container to keep it upright. And look at those wings. They're just wonderful. I'll just come in close on her face. And see that wonderful choker. And I love the little headdress. She's so pretty. So we're on the top shelf, and I'm just showing you a few different porcelain dolls that she has. And this wonderful jester doll, that was her husband Dan's. And we have these little birthday angels. December one is for Holly. The November one was for her mom. And this one over here was for her grandmother. And then we've got a couple more little porcelain dolls to show you. And then some little fairy dolls here. So this doll here is called Mother Earth. And Holly added the headdress and those wings to it. And it's a very beautiful piece. So here is another fairy doll Holly made, and I love her headband, which is an old ring. And then she put the gems into the backs of the wings. And it's done in a jewelry box, and you can see that she's checking herself in the mirror as she's trying on this jewelry. And it's a music box, so it plays. And there's her more jewelry for her to check out. Isn't that gorgeous? It's wonderful what you can do and how you can stage these dolls. And each one's unique. And here is the blue fairy. Holly says she's blue because she's in captivity right now in this cage. We'll open the top here just so we can look at those wings and at her beautiful face. We'll tell her, don't be blue for too long. We'll let you escape. So tell us about this doll.
This is a doll I made one with pink hair for Colin's friend Dave. And I gave Dave the doll that had the pink hair, and I kept the one with the blue hair. The outfits are exactly the same on both dolls. The only difference is the hair.
And so Dave had pink hair and a mohawk at the time.
Yes.
And nowadays he's got normal hair.
He's a lawyer.
And he's a lawyer.
So the armbands are earrings.
Oh, cool.
And the tie is a brooch.
Oh, neat. Now, isn't that amazing? And what a wonderful keepsake for him of his younger days. And Holly keeps it as a keepsake of her son's friend. It's a wonderful idea. These wonderful pin cushions that Holly's stepdaughter made, and I pulled this little drawer out here to show you that it opens and closes at the base. But isn't that material fantastic? And then here's another one. And I would take the pins out of them and use them in my little house. They're just very, very cute. So we're going to show you this little corner. And we've got quite a few different sizes of dolls and statuettes in this little corner, and they all really work well together. Aren't they gorgeous? A little bakery scene that Holly did, and these little timeout dolls. Do you remember those? Everyone used to have them. These ones, we're going to say, are peeking in the bakery windows. They're not in timeout. And we're just going to show you the faces of these little dolls. And Holly made them stand. She put little Heidi shoes on them so they actually do stand. Aren't those cute? Just paper cardboard cut out. And this is our last display of the day. It is on a turntable, and it is a bakery. So most of these here are made from buttons or bottle caps. So you got different types of buttons, and then she just painted, added beads. You see in the background, those are all buttons. We will lift it off to show you that in a minute. And here's some made from bottle caps. So you don't need to do Fimo if you don't want to. Look at all these different types of cakes. Isn't that a unique button? It looks like a wonderful tart. And these little ones are little, those little wooden things that you put in the ends to cover up screws. And then there's some more buttons. Isn't that neat how you can make tarts and cakes and pies? And look at those two here. These are very unique. So look through your buttons, see what you can find. And this fantastic cake was a Ruth Stewart cake. And she sells wonderful cakes. And I think we're back at the beginning. So now I'm going to lift one off so we can show you what's behind. Okay, we're just going to show you some of these button and bead things that are inside these cases. Can you give it a spin, Holly? So isn't that fantastic that you can take different buttons, put one on top of each other. Some of them are just buttons placed together, others have a little bit of paint just to make them look a little bit different. And those silver buttons look like fancy dishes. There we go. Oh, I love how that turned out. This is on my goal. I've been collecting buttons for a bit because I want to make a bakery with buttons. I just think it's such a fantastic idea. So can you guys see all the little details and just how to use these different buttons and how to stack them to make them look like wonderful pastries? And this is the final one. And these are just beads and buttons. So what a unique way to make a bakery. Now last of the bakery is these wonderful, now these were bought cakes except for this one here. This cake here is just wooden dowels that have been painted, and then she just put some little porcelain flowers around. And this one was a bought cake with the little wedding with the groom on top. And here's another wedding cake. And another one. You can see a theme here, can't you? It's wedding cakes on the top. Isn't that beautiful? So, non-fat bakery, definitely. Isn't that a fantastic scene? And whichever way you turn it, there's something new to see. Well, thank you for joining us today.